Hey guys, it's Lemming Rush. My games today have been going absolutely atrociously. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to be playing one of my favorite tanks of all time. This is the Object 140, and hopefully I can show you how I like to deal with these fucking retarded teams. One thing that I like to do when I'm not really getting a lot of good games is I like to focus on, especially in 357, is I like to focus on bringing my tank to where the enemy vehicles are likely to be. Obviously, there's certain enemy tanks that you just won't engage in an Object 140 because you just can't deal with them. Like, for example, the Batshot's risky for me to engage because that guy can clip me out. But, you know, really looking at the enemy team lineup, it looks like they're going to have a bunch of Tier 8 mediums who go down to the south, and I would love to fight against Tier 8 mediums. Now, of course, I'm also expecting to fight against the Batshot and the E50M, but really, like, the best way to get damage, especially if you're getting games that end in 5 minutes, is just to go to where the enemies will be and then just do your best, right? So that's what we're going to be doing for this one. I know that the games today are fucking awful, and we're going to go straight towards where I think the enemies are going to be. They've got Batshot, E50M, you know, T54E1, and so on, and a bunch of Tier 8 meds. It's like meds go to the south of this map. That's where we're going to go to fight them. Now, if the enemy team had 3 Arty or so, I would not feel bad about going to the city in this type of lineup, especially because they do have like the Mouse and the 50 TP. So you kind of could go to the city and expect to get away with it, but you know, that's not the situation in this game. We can totally go down here. So what I like to do on this side of the map is I like to kind of play wide area. What I mean by that is I like to go wide. That gives me side shots on people. So for example, from this, I don't really want to commit, actually. I just looked at the Batshot. He's right there. I'm not going to commit just yet. I'm going to play this angle, and we're going to try to use these bushes to get... Fucking hell. Just fucking 390 times 2 HP gone right off the bat. That's okay. It is what it is. But by now, I'm kind of hoping that I'm unspotted, and we're just going to try to use these bushes to get shots on people. And a lot of these aren't actually going to pen. That one goes in. Perfect. And I actually got spotted there, so that's interesting. So the enemy team's down a Batshot. That's because the Batshot was super fucking aggressive. What a lot of people will do in this type of situation is they will play really aggressively. Now, what I've done instead is I've let us figure out how many tanks the enemy has on this side of the map. You'll see they've got like 8. So I'm not going to push in, right? I'm just going to continue to play this position, shoot at people who poke up. That's going to be my best chance at actually doing well in this game. It's simply just not killing myself just yet. So I'm looking for shots in the 50. That one was unlikely to go in, but it is what it is. Let's see if anyone else says hello. No, not that guy. Maybe this. Yeah, there we go. Perfect. Put a shot on the 50M, get some revenge on that guy. Every shot I take, I'm pretty much looking at the map. I need to make sure that the Mouse has gone to the city. For all I know, he's fucking sitting in K1 and sniping, and it's actually... it's a possibility, considering he has not been spotted all game yet. So, you know... Just going to keep watching for where the Mouse is. Now, what's starting to happen is my team is starting to push up. You'll notice this 113 is also sniping with me, and that's pretty interesting. It's not intelligent for me to push up just yet because they still have these 5 tanks. If I were to push up, I'd probably get rushed, and like it's just not a smart play. So what I'm going to do, we're going to continue to support, looking for shots on this guy who's actually falling back. Put a shot into him. I'm going to make sure the E50 doesn't hit me. I don't actually know where the 50M is. What's this guy doing? I'd love to get a kill on the Centurion. What we're going to do is we're just going to continue to hold these angles. You'll still notice it's interesting that the Mouse, I don't see him. I mean, he could be spotted. I don't see the Mouse. So we don't know where he is, and I don't really want to be the one to push into the enemy's base if they've got a Mouse still sitting there. So I'm going to keep my eye open for that. That one will go in. Good. And then by now, this is kind of when you can start to push in, right? You can see the entire team has moved up. And as a support medium, it's like that's when you want to help out your teammates, because otherwise you're just going to start letting them take all the fights and, you know, A, steal all the damage, and then B, basically die without your support. So what we're going to do is we're going to push up wide. You'll notice my entire team's on the left. That's going to bring their guns to the left, and I can get side shots on these guys simply by playing this angle, and that's exactly what we're going to try to do. I need to make sure people like that Pantera don't really shoot at me, and we can just go for shots on this guy. I'm actually surprised that wouldn't penned with 300 ping. But obviously I'm happy. We're just going to keep doing what we're doing. We're going to start pushing up, and this is actually great. You can see the fucking 50M, dude. What the fuck is he doing? Good. Okay, now the problem here is we still only have 3k damage, and we know that the E50M is sniping from roughly this area. We also can see that the Mouse is spotted in the city, so it took him a while to get there, but he is there. What I'm going to do is we're going to just pop up wide left, put a shot to the side of this guy, who basically actually looks like a T54. He's shot, so he's going to be reloading. I see the Pantera to my right on the map right there, and you can see the 50M. It's pretty much in the middle of an open field. So what I'm going to do is we're going to drive up. I see they have good WT, so I also think the WT is supporting this 50M, so I'm going to drive forwards. Hopefully this guy doesn't track me. You can see he did damage my track. That's something that will frequently happen. We get the shot on that guy. And pretty much now it's just a matter of driving. Finally, a good game. Holy shit. I've been having games that have just been so shitty. Oh my god. That's why you go to where the enemies are going to be, especially in games that last 5 minutes, right? So you can imagine, if I'd gone to the city in this context, even if there was actually Artie, I would not have had a good game at... I'm going to get hit by the WT now as well. Where's the WT? Shit. But you'll notice, it's like, if I'd gone to the city, I would have been just like everyone else on my team. We'll go look at the after-battle results and see the results of my teammates. It's like... holy shit. You know, these guys who've gone into the city will all have less than 1,000 damage. It's 4 tanks. They've had about 6k damage to shoot at, so this guy's focusing me down. No, he's not. That's weird. Weird play from the WT. He's just been sitting in base all game. But, you know, it's like, if I had gone to the city, it wouldn't have worked out, and that's part of the problem with Artie. But that's why you read the enemy team lineups, and it's like, you know, if I hadn't gone fucking south, I would have gone city and I would have got like 1,000 damage. We're going to check the damage of the Type 4 and the WZ, and, you know, it'll just prove my point. Oh, I got 5 boxes. Okay, so, you know, that was 5,000 win rate or whatever. That was a pretty good game. My session today has just been awful. 55% win rate, barely 3k win rate. That's about 1,000 below my recent win rate, so not good. But, you know, that's what you do. You can see I did 5,000 damage. We had tanks like this guy and this guy go into the city. They did okay, actually. They did way better than I thought they would, but still, that's like, you know, if I'd gone to the city, these guys would have taken it anyways. It's just... you have to go to where the enemy team lineup is if you want to consistently do well, and you're finding that games are ending within 5 minutes. And so that's an example of that. I realize it's going to be a short video, but seriously, in the Christmas teams, if you find yourself getting frustrated with games that end in less than 5 minutes, what you do is you go to where, especially if you're not getting damage, you go to where you think the enemies are going to be. You watch the fight. Like, you still might need to run away, because for all you know, it's going to be a 5-minute game where you lose. But you just go to where the enemies are, you do as much as you can, and, you know, sometimes you're going to get a 5k damage game, and that's just how it goes. So, yeah, I hope this video was helpful. If you want to see more, be sure to hit the like and the subscribe button, and I hope to see you around. Later, guys. Bye-bye.